Welcome to Court Cam HQ, where justice unfolds right before your eyes. We bring you the most dramatic and impactful moments from America's courtrooms. Today, we witness Judge West face down a career criminal who thought tears might save her from the consequences of armed robbery. But this judge isn't easily swayed by last-minute remorse. Stay tuned to see how this repeat offender's tearful plea falls completely flat, resulting in a long prison sentence that sends a clear message about accountability in our justice system. This is raw, unfiltered courtroom reality, only on Court Cam HQ. Remember to like, subscribe, and share our videos.
This is on probation for the offense. Hold on, let me put on. Of robbery, a second-degree felony. We were previously here, and she entered pleas of true to counts 1 through 12, all of the counts in that motion, second amended motion to revoke unadjudicated probation. I received the updated pre-sentence report as well as a letter from Ms. Dugas. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Are there any additions or corrections?
None from the defense, Your Honor. None from the state.
All right, and this was unagreed, correct?
It was a cap of 8.
Ms. Holmes, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. I've spoken with Ms. Dugas. Obviously, the various new offenses and violations is not acceptable through probation, and she understands that. She stated that throughout this time, she did not have much support. She was going through a hard time in life, and she resorted to doing and committing these offenses, not being in obviously the right state of mind to be able to successfully complete probation. Ultimately, Ms. Dugas is requesting to have the opportunity to be reinstated to complete probation, and she would like to address the court in regards to this as to her plan of how she can successfully complete if given the opportunity.
Okay, go ahead.
How you doing, Ms. West? I'm wasting your time. When I get out in the world,
Speak up.
when I get out in the world, I'm going to do everything in my mental power to complete this probation. I know it's going to be extended if you do grant it to me. Like getting me a job, staying out the way of bad company, being a better mother, being there with my family more often.
Ms. Dugas, you did the exact same thing. You robbed someone else while you're on probation for robbery. Not just robbed someone else, you failed to ID, failed to report to probation, you committed the new offense of possession of a controlled substance, you resisted arrest, it's ridiculous to me that you're saying you want a second chance, because this was your second chance. You've already been on probation. You were given the second chance of not going to prison. The fact that Ms. Holmes negotiated a cap of 8 years for you, you should thank your lucky stars. This is ridiculous. 8 years, in my opinion, is not enough. You had every opportunity to do all the things that you're taught. Stop crying, because you weren't crying when you were robbing people and using drugs and not being a good mom and not doing the things that you should have done when you were given this opportunity, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Malfino? Sorry.
I don't think I need to add anything to the report. I think if you follow the agreement that 8 at the very least is appropriate for her based on the number of violations. I spoke with Mr. James yesterday. He does not want to continue to work with her. This is actually her 3rd MTRB, so it's about her 5th chance in front of you, not just her 2nd chance, and I think we're for this purpose.
Ms. Dugas, I'm going to find that you entered your pleas of true to counts 1 through 12 freely and voluntarily. Find those counts true. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time, find you guilty of robbery. going to sentence you to a term of 8 years in the Institutional Division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. I've also handed you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. Because of the judgment entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. Firearm is a legal term, and you should read that written admonishment I provide you to see what devices qualify as a firearm. If you have questions about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or about how long that lasts, you can talk to Ms. Holmes. I hope you take some advantage of this and actually do what you're saying you're going to do when you get out and change your life. There's programs in prison, take advantage of them, but you're not going to continue to get opportunities like this. If you continue to violate the law after this, you're going to be considered a habitual offender. And if you do anything again, your minimum punishment is going to be 25 years. 25 years minimum for what you've been doing. So you need to change your life or you're never going to see your kids, right? Go back with the bailiff.
Judge, would the court be willing to entertain an 8 concurrent so that we would have that
Yes,
habitual
yes,
down
ma'am.
the road?
Yep, if y'all want to get that taken care of, that's fine. Brianna Williams, Mr. Parker.
Many, many minutes later.
All right, ma'am, you're Onisha Dugas.
Yes, ma'am.
And will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
She will, Your Honor.
Ms. Dugas, in cause number 24 DCCR 1603, you're charged with the second-degree felony offense of robbery from May 26th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you pleading guilty because you did what they charged you with? I have some documents here on the computer that have your signature on them that the state has marked as Exhibit Number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Ms. Holmes?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you fully understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you also understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law?
Yes, ma'am.
State tenders number 1.
No objection.
It's admitted. Anna, I just touched something and it went away, and it's saying I don't know where it went. Is that it? Okay. Thank you. I just needed you to get up. I could figure it out. Okay. And there's no evidence that Ms. Dugas is not competent.
No, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of that plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of robbery. Sentence you in accordance with that agreement to a term of 8 years in the Institutional Division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You will receive credit on this sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. This will run concurrently with the other case, which means at the same time. I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and therefore you have waived your right to appeal. All right, good luck to you, ma'am. You can go back with the bailiff.
As we just witnessed, Judge West's powerful decision reminds us that our justice system demands accountability, especially from repeat offenders. If you found this courtroom moment compelling, hit that like button and share your thoughts in the comments below. Does this sentence seem fair? Too harsh? Too lenient? Let us know. For more explosive courtroom confrontations, dramatic verdicts, and judges who don't hold back, subscribe to CourtCam HQ and hit the notification bell. We bring you new courtroom footage every week that shows justice in action. This is CourtCam HQ, where every case tells a story and every verdict changes lives. Take a look at other courtroom videos in the description below.